Historically, the differences in religions have kept people apart, but local people of faiths are trying to change it. Last week, people from different faiths gathered at the Islamic Center in Burlington to have an interfaith panel discussion. 4 different religions participated in the panel discussion, including Temple Shalom Emeth's Rabbi Susan Abramson and the Baroka Ward of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Bishop Jared Coyle.
So members of 4 different faiths got together, members of the Islamic community, myself, the Christian community, and together with the Mormon community, which is part of the Christian community. And we all discussed issues about oppression and how our traditions respond to oppression and myths and stereotypes that others have thought about us. So the whole point of it was for us to be able to discuss with each other on the panel, as well as with those who attended, how it feels to be a member of our faith, what experiences we have had in terms of persecution or oppression in the past and right now in the modern day, and what each of our traditions calls us to do to help dispel this kind of activity and these feelings going forward, so that we can all live together as one united community in peace.
So my impression of the event was, I thought it was wonderful that we were all able to come together, people from different diverse religions, for one, but as well as different backgrounds, viewpoints. We're all able to come together and for common purposes. One, we were able to educate, help each other come to a better understanding of our differences, and with that, we found that we have a whole lot more in common than we do otherwise. And I think that might have been one of the big successes of the evening.
The panel discussion was an opportunity to give people a chance to learn about other religions.
I think through understanding, we all learned more about each other. The most remarkable thing for me was that there were over 150 people there, and the vast majority of them had never been inside of an Islamic Center before. They had never been inside of a mosque. So right there, that dispelled a lot of myths. And just for people to be able to sit inside of the Islamic community structure and just experience what that felt like, as opposed to what their ideas of what it were before they entered. And also we were able to experience a Muslim prayer at the Islamic Center, which really helped people to understand what it was all about, and to actually see people praying in a Muslim way, which helped people understand that it's not so scary or unusual. These are real people acting out their faith, and they deserve our respect.
I think it's wonderful that when we're able to come together, work together for a common cause, especially in the environment that we're in right now, where there seem to be more answers than questions. Sometimes even, where there seem to be more answers than questions, even sometimes more fear than hope. And I believe that as we come together with events like this, we're able to open dialogue and find answers to the questions and help to calm fears that people may have.
There were a lot of topics discussed that night, including the different faiths in the Burlington community.
What we talked about was the relationship between the different cultures that are here in Burlington, and the differences in their cultures and also the similarities. And then we took a lot of questions from the audience. There were probably about 70 people who came to listen, and we gave them index cards so they could write down their questions and submit them. So we took questions over the last portion of the event.
Finally, what did those behind it hope people would take away from it?
Well, I hope they came away with a greater understanding and appreciation for each other, and I think many people remarked to me how nice the members of the Islamic community were to them, and how welcoming and how warm they were, and I think that went a long way towards bringing us all closer together as a community.
We found in this setting that we don't have enemies. We can all come together. We all have similar concerns. We all have similar desires, and that if we'll show loving kindness toward each other, we can make a big difference when we work together.
Because I think it's important in this day and age for people to be able to bring their feelings and their thoughts to the table, come to the table and communicate them. I was at an event just this weekend, and there was a young woman, she was Muslim, and she said that she's been asked a lot about her religion from people who have a misperception and confuse being a Muslim following Islam with terrorism. And she said to me, you know what? Comparing me to a terrorist is like comparing a KKK member to a Christian. You can't do it. It's unfair. And Christians shouldn't have to stand up and explain, that type of thing, that type of extremism. And this is as remote to me and to my religion, these terrorist attacks and incidents, as that would be. And so, it really resonated with me, because we need to have a place for people to explain they are not me, in that instance where there was, we did this at the mosque with the Muslim faith present.
From the Islamic Center, I'm Robert Paris for B News Weekly.